Hey guys, so I built a Harbor Freight go-kart, and it's 100% Harbor Freight, and it's pretty cool. And I have a long video if you want to see all the details of all the things that I did and why I did them and how I did them. But I'm going to do a longer video on that. This one's just going to be a short video of me walking you through it, showing you what I did to build this and what I built it from.
Cute.
Alright, let's start at the front. So I've got some U-bolts that they have for tying down a hitch of a trailer and making it tighter for whatever reason. I don't know, they had it anyway. And then I had part of a seat bracket off of a stool, one of these Harbor Freight stools, with an extension welded between it, hooked to one of the legs of a caster, with another 1/4 inch extension hooked to a pulley, like a little snatch block pulley with a hook on it that I took the side plate off of and welded to another extension, with 2 extensions crisscrossing here, welded to that extension for the steering wheel. And this ring is the center ring on the stool. The arms of my steering are the legs of the stool. My brake pedal is the top of these casters that I used for the steering knuckles. I've got a pry bar shaft hooked to another one of these plates. The other half of that plate hooked to a yardstick, which controls my brakes. My brake pedals activate my brakes. The angle irons that I have to hold the front end together, and the little support brackets were the legs and the center support of this Harbor Freight table. My gas pedal is a hinge from Harbor Freight. All this is from Harbor Freight. I got a squeezy clamp for the return spring on the gas. I used a welding liner for my throttle cable. The cable in the center is the center of section of some 1/8 inch cable. The center wasn't coiled. Took the whole thing apart and took that out. I used some clevis pins from an assortment pack from Harbor Freight for the gas pedal throttle thing. I got a little play here, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, I could take that out and it'd be better, but it's fine. Some little hasp hinge things to attach this angle iron to the ladder. Oh, the main frame of this is a stool, a Franklin work stool, step stool, and I took the leg off of this side and I attached here. I used one of these kind of clamps that was longer and cut a section out and screwed it to this with a hardware kit from Harbor Freight. They do have a little bit of hardware there, nothing too big. I had to get most of my hardware from the stool and the table that came from Harbor Freight. More of the angle iron from the table legs. The back wheels are 10-inch casters. The front wheels are the swivel casters, 10-inch swivel casters. My brakes are a Burger F clamp with the yardstick pulling on an arm that's attached So my brakes are a Burger F-clamp. So you can adjust these arms in and out with these two bolts. And then the arm squeezes on the F-clamp as it turns. Then I've got these two brackets from those U-bolts that are made for a trailer hitch tensioner. And then the brake rotor is a diamond grinding wheel, a 7-inch diamond grinding wheel. So this wheel just free spools. I've only got one wheel driving it. Then on the brake, I have a spring off of a Harbor Freight hydraulic press, the return spring. The main swing arm is the step of the ladder that I've reinforced with angle irons from that table. And then I put this stool leg, welded it together to keep the axle from being able to twist too much. I also took another one of those woodworking clamp brackets and welded here across to keep it from twisting. I've got a hinge bracket hooked to a spring for my clutch. My clutch lever here is the old handle for the hydraulic jack that used to be on the press, but now I have an electric pump and cylinder there, so I don't need that. The pulleys for these V pulleys. So this old Central Machinery drill press was kind of a piece of junk, and I stole its V pulleys for the drive system. I've got a new one coming that's an Icon that's way better than this one, hopefully. The back axle is composed of a caster right here, then our brake rotor, and then a socket welded over an extension. And I've got a 1/2-inch extension is what the axle's made of, and then another socket on the inside of this V-belt pulley, and then you can see another extension here and another chunk of socket, another bearing that was on the inside of the caster because I've welded a socket to the inside of the caster. And then the extension, and then the bolt that came on it with the carrier bearing and a little socket spacer and threads to hold the whole thing together. That's what the back axles mostly all just are 1/2-inch extensions with sockets as spacers holding everything together. The seat, of course, is the seat for a stool. Got another little hasp half here, and the other half is attached to the seat, so I could screw it to the aluminum frame. So these V pulleys that are off the drill press had the idler bearings in the middle, and I have that arm so that I can loosen and tighten the belts, and that's what engages and disengages the clutch. This back swing arm goes up and down on the air ram for the stool. I built a bracket to hold it out of some more of that angle iron from the table, and the little latch that held the legs on the stool. The pivot for the arm that the clutch pivots on was a chain connector that has a little nut up in here, and that's what it pivots on. The pivot for the brakes were wrenches that came with Harbor Freight motors, and you know, it works pretty good. I just put a little motor on it. The motor for this little guy is a little 79cc Predator engine. I didn't go too powerful because these little 10-inch wheels are not rated for high speed, and I didn't want to kill myself. Plus, I wasn't sure how good the V-belt was going to go, and I didn't want it just slipping and burning the whole time. And honestly, it works pretty good. I probably could have put a 212 on it. But I think this thing's pretty cool. You know, I set myself a challenge, and it was not easy. Trying to come up with all the hardware you need, and things like a throttle cable, brakes, all that stuff. I had to get really, really inventive. So I changed to a higher gear ratio, the next size up on the V-pulley, and it was just too much for the motor. So this go-kart turned out pretty good, I think, for 100% Harbor Freight. It works pretty good. It drives, it brakes, it starts, it stops. It works pretty good. It's not too fast, it's not too powerful, but I wanted to prove that I could make a little go-kart from Harbor Freight stuff, you know? Because it's not easy. I was in there the other day, and I just had this notion that, hey, could I build a go-kart? I've got a bunch of stuff to build lots of cool go-karts that are powerful and well built. This one is really kind of jerry-rigged together.
Hello, Jerry.
But it's cool, you know? I think it's neat that I was able to build it 100% Harbor Freight. If you guys want a breakdown of all the parts and the costs and the whatnots and the full build, it's in my longer video. But I'm just keeping this one pretty short, and because not everybody wants to see a full build, and give you guys options. So that's a breakdown of how this thing works and what it's made of. You know, it works really good, actually. It turns pretty good. You know, it's not the sharpest turning radius in the world. It's not the least sloppiest steering, but it's not the worst I've ever done. I think it's pretty cool. All right, well, that's the short video on the Harbor Freight go-kart. Remember, me and Jesus love you. Talk to you later.